Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. This is the countdown for going live streaming with everybody. Remember, you've got to send an email if you want to be included in the live streaming. So that's Professor's Day Trading for Success at gmail.com. That is under the description of this video. It is under the channel's information. It's always been available to see. So send it there saying you want to be on the live stream and you will be invited. Also, you have to be a subscriber, which hopefully you are. But so that that's the way it'll take out people that aren't subscriber and our little filters. So make sure you are a subscriber to the channel, and then you ask to be into it. I mean, we've got a lot of people that have that want to be in it, so that's exciting that we can start with a lot of people. Anyway, so we'll be right back to get into today's trading. So stick around.
Welcome to Day Trading for Success, where the professor, a former math teacher turned full-time trader and coder, guides beginners on how to trade for a living using proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
Hey, so welcome back, everybody. So let's go over the main thing. Some of the quick questions. I got a good question, and I'm going to, over the weekend, build this layout from scratch, and you can watch me build this layout on Thinkorswim so you can do it yourself, and then I'll make that layout that I build available, which will basically be this layout. But the great thing about knowing how to knowing about the layouts and to do it yourself is you can change anything you want. So I also want to throw this up real quick. So that's our newer disclaimer for streaming. So make sure you look at that while I'm talking. So yeah, so over the weekend I will be putting that out, and then you can. It will be how the question was asked, like, what am I going to see when you're streaming? When the YouTube streaming is on and you've come over to it, you don't need any special thing. You'll be invited, other than what I just said that you need in order to get invited. But then you're going to see, just like these practice videos that I've been showing, that hopefully you are following along with. And if you haven't yet and you just come in, watch the rest of them for this week at least, because it's showing you how I'm going to be trading, how I'm teaching scalping, and that so that you can hopefully profit from learning the techniques that I'm using every day, and hopefully it'll be enough to make a living. I know it has been for a lot of people over the years, and for me it increased my $1,000 goal a day to $5,000 a day, and that all comes down to share size, what you're trading. But a lot of that is the RV strategy, which came out in Day Trading Volume 1. That book is the first book that had a strategy that was for large cap stocks. So I know that's hard. Large caps are hard for people to afford. But if you've made the PDT rule, which means you can take multiple trades and you're on margin, then it isn't hard to afford, because you have $100,000 of tradable assets. So I would recommend that you get that book. I'll have a link to it. It's called Day Trading Volume 1 for a reason, and most people have it on their desk, or they've learned it, backwards and forwards. Other questions that keep coming up, so hopefully you've read that, is, if I get this a lot, I guess I understand the mentality out there. If you can trade so well, why are you teaching? Number one. Number two is, like, in other words, implying that this isn't real. So guys, you cannot put out a video on the same day, okay, first of all, what you're watching, with the way that the platform does and the trades that I call, that isn't real. Okay, it's real. I can't possibly imitate all this. But also, we're going to go into streaming, okay? So you'll be trading live with me, hopefully making your own decisions, and you'll be able to see it real time. I don't know what else I can say. I don't know how else I can, I'm not going to spend a lot of time. If it's not for you, then, then you're not interested in it. I don't watch, I'd love you to watch, but then look at it as entertainment, which is one of the reasons that most of the channels disclaimers say this video is for entertainment purposes only, because they're basically covered for anything. It's just like, oh, you didn't like it, I'm not lying, I'm acting. It's entertainment. Yeah, so there's all kinds of ways around that. But even your real legit traders, that's what they just put entertainment so that they can't get sued. And I still got sued twice. So you can't get sued if you say the first thing the complaint is, it says it's entertainment. Well, that kind of real, not real, whatever it is that trader's showing you, the second that it's entertainment, they're covered, right? So you're going to see that on my disclaimer. So I have people calling trades here for multiple traders. This is a studio, and there's a lot of activity going on here and a lot of traders, and we trade here every morning. So I can turn down his volume a little bit here. So the other question is, besides that, why aren't you doing instead of teaching? Well, I'm doing both. I'm doing and I'm teaching. And I do continue to trade after I show the small share size here. So I don't want to go into a long analogy here. I will go into more of that over the weekend. I'm looking at the clock, realizing I got to get into what we're all about to trade this morning. But I'll just end with the last question I get. Why am I not momentum trading? I end momentum trading. I still do that, guys. I've already done it pre-market, as a matter of fact. So I do momentum trade, and you can make a lot of money. But that is not what I'm showing you guys here. I do not recommend you do that. It's no slight against the people that teach it and charge all the money for their courses and their monthly fees and all that. If you can pick it up, you're doing really good, and you can make a lot of money doing that. But it is not for everyone. It's much harder than what I'm going to show you here today. The only thing you really have to battle against on this style of trading, large caps trading, is the patience to wait for the move as you see them, and then over time to go ahead and get feel that move by intuition, meaning you see the facts, not mystical. You see them, and maybe you have trouble explaining them, but they're there by the indicators, by the historical data, whatever it might be, and you'll see. I recommend you watch the previous videos. Now let's just break right in, because we're going to be trading in just a few minutes. So this is on Thinkorswim right here, right now. And okay, guys, so I looked at, this is the scanner setting. Hopefully you guys have picked up the scanner over at the $1 Million Margin Club that has all the custom indicators in it here. This is not just good for what I'm showing you. This is really good to know if you're going to trade large cap. There was a comment asking, is this the same as the ATR scanner? No, it is, as the day trading volume 1, and no, it is not, because this ATR is much lower than I'm showing you now. It doesn't mean you can't use it, but there are guidelines for, and I'll probably go over that again in a video for the RV strategy that everybody's making so much money on. It's a little bit different than this. What this is kind of a micro view of scalping, which you need to know how to do when you trade the RV strategy. So, but the RV strategy usually goes for bigger channels, and you set your profit and loss based on the channel size. So I'll have a link to that book. Momentum trading, you might want to consider a baby step first and read Day Trading Volume 4 from the $1 Million Margin Club, which is all about trading the breakouts and all the different breakouts that there are and what to look for, and then how do you support, how do you do set profit and loss pivot points to get it in and out. That's an amazing book. Many traders call it like printing money, because every morning you can do it. But let's get back to, again, it's about controlling yourself.
$15 million direct offering, Charlie Yankee November.
All trading's about controlling yourself. So this scanner's set to, it has to have a minimum volume of over $100,000 on a 100,000 volume on a 1 minute chart. All right, that's the minimum. And this is a 10-day minimum average volume, and here's a 1 day. Look at how high NVIDIA is this morning. So people are very excited about NVIDIA right now. 1 minute, 1 day, or that was yesterday average. So you can see it's leading the pack. Tesla's, let me just make sure, is this right? No. AMD is second. Wow, look at that. I didn't actually even bring up AMD. I marked out Tesla and marked out NVIDIA this morning, and I also marked out SMCI, super micro computer, because this is a lot cheaper too for people to get in. Although if you made the PDT, it shouldn't be a problem. But this is an interesting one too. So let's get a look at some of these. So anyway, this is over at the $1 Million Margin Club for $4.99, or you can build one yourself. This has got a bunch of custom stuff in here. That makes it well worth it. And don't forget to get your free script over there, because I put one over there that they've made available for free. So that's there's a link to get to their script vault over there. There's a lot of cool custom scripts over there. So here's NVIDIA right here. Let's look at a 5-minute to get a better look. It has gotten some good levels here to mark some historical data, which is good. The 157 was the high, so let's mark that. Close enough. 03. We'll see how this price action moves today. But I was over here at this one earlier. We'll take a look at this too. I do want to talk to you. I want to make sure I have time before the day starts to talk to you about the open. So I did mark some fib levels on this one. These red lines are day prices from the day chart. So these should be highly respected here. So you'd want to think about that. So we have a nice RV strategy range here if it goes down. So let's see. We might want to watch this one. But that whole, yeah, so that's $3 or $2, at least $2.30 right here. That's a decent channel here. A lot of potential. So we're going to want to, sharpen this as price action moves and maybe make some more support and resistance. I don't think I'll trade this at the open, but I might come over to it because I want to do NVIDIA again at the open, and I want to talk to you about what I'm going to do there. The other one I marked out was Tesla.
Dick's Sporting Goods shares
look at
popping to
that.
the highs,
I basically
204.98.
kept a lot of what
$9
was
down
already
to
marked on
Sandy.
Tesla from yesterday, and I took some away because they were really intraday levels, right? So, but I mean, this has found a nice little zone here that we might be able to profit like we did yesterday. Nice little channel in here. Let's see if it holds it. Again, I will not trade the opening candle on Tesla. I'm not going to try to teach you guys to do that. Now, when we trade the opening candle, this is where you could, this is the most inaccurate way to trade with the strategy that I'm teaching you, to trade the opening candle, because you can get caught up really bad. So I would suggest that if you're going to do it, number one, you lower your share size from what you plan on trading as we get into the historical data, channel trading, and price flow. Because if you get caught the wrong way, you can average down into your position. Remember, you want to go into just a quarter of your position no matter what we're trading, when we're trading, how we're trading it. And that gives you multiple opportunities to be wrong, but you always want to stick to your maximum loss. And I'm going to be flashing a day trading plan on, suggestions on for the live streams, so that you basically, you want to stop when you get to your goal. You want to have a maximum loss per trade. You want to have a maximum loss per day. You want to log every one of your trades. You want to be green in a simulator for 30 days before you trade with real money. If your hands are shaking, if you're sweating, your share size is too high, your heart's pounding, lower your share size. Even if it means go down to one share and then slowly work up over the days, so you can, and that's a good way to practice anyway, because you want those one shares to be green. If they're not green, then it's a good thing you weren't higher, right? Higher share size. But I mean, these are the basic guidelines I'm going to be showing you. But now let's get into about NVIDIA. So if I look at NVIDIA now, and I was looking at the news earlier, there's nothing, chips are going up again. So you saw AMD's volume. I didn't look at that, and we might look at it at some point. I feel like this is gonna be my feel like intuition based on facts, okay, from many years of trading. Depending on how this finishes pre-market here, I believe this is going to make a move up, but then I believe it's going to retrace. But over the day, it seems like today it's going to continue to go up. I obviously can be wrong, and remember that. I'm not your guru for trading, right? Nobody should be. You have to decide these things, but you can take my information along with other people's information and sort of get the confidence to trust myself. And you're going to be many times that say that professor he's just wrong, man. And then you may be right, and you need to trust yourself. And I can fall into old ways and then not see, the move that some new traders see, and they're right and I'm wrong. Happens all the time. We're trading a group, and all the time they're like slapping me silly with like, "What were you thinking, old man?" Maybe they don't say that, but it's how I feel sometimes. The way that all the trading's going on, and Kramer was talking about it this morning. The old way we look at things, it's like people trading on Robinhood suddenly decide the movement of a stock very, very short term. So a lot of this real long detailed analysis is worthless. And that's one of the reasons the way you'll see me trade and teach you to trade scalping, you're looking at the price flow in the moment of that stock right then, and then finding the sweet spot up and down. That's the new way of trading, guys, and it's been that way for a couple years now. So you got to throw out all these old lessons that people are still pounding in your head, because it's not the same, and it may change again. It's always evolving, right? And I'm not saying anything you don't know, but for the people that don't know, maybe I am saying something. And there's a variety of people here. So hopefully we'll have another good day. Let's get a look at this up close. Now I've seen the overall move, and it's now consolidated, and now I think it might be ready for another breakout here to go up. So let's see what happens as we get into that. We're just a couple of minutes away here. So I just want to make sure I'm ready to trade the open here. And I will be trading 200 shares. I want to go over ask and bid again. I got a question about that too. You guys should watch the videos I have on level 2 if you don't understand how I'm getting in and out of trades. And I haven't gone into hotkeys yet, but that will be something that we're going to cover, because I actually would prefer to be trading with hotkeys, but I'm doing it right now so you guys can see everything I do. But normally I trade with hotkeys, and it's a little bit of a level up. So market's going up. Look at that on short term, but long term with the market's pulse, we've got an overall down for the QQQ and the SPY. So it'll be interesting to see. Now I have a choice to make here. Do I try to ride it up at the open and go right in and then ride it right back down, or do I wait for the retracement? So since I don't know it's going to go up, I'm going to wait for a retracement. If it does go up, I believe it will come down, and I'll go in a quarter of my position, probably at this level, the 156.50, and then plan on adding to it up here, 50 cents higher if it continues to go. So I'd be in 400 shares up there, and now I'm in trouble, if it keeps going, and I can be $300 or $400 down right off the bat. So if you don't trade the opening candle, it's way safer for you. It's way safer. So it's sort of something, and people would say anybody who trades it's out of their mind. That's why I like to go into the quarter position. Here we go. So that if I'm out of my mind, I can be out of my mind wrong a couple times, and then it might just beat me down to submission and I get out for a loss. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's see what's going on today. Went down first. Interesting. Wow, look at that. Pain. I'm actually going to buy in there. I'm going to go, oh my God, what am I doing? I did that yesterday too. Jeez. Missed that trade. I could have got that trade. I'm so angry at myself. I'm covering so many other things that I forget to set my accounts right. I was working on the proper disclaimer this
S&P
morning.
500 up 14.09.
So, yeah, we'll go ahead and get into a sale
Dow
there
Jones
and
Industrials
look for it to get up higher. And that's a quarter of my position to go in. So let's see.
up 160.08. Nasdaq is up 59.08.
Yeah, everything's going
After
up,
the
so I'm
open.
going the wrong way right now. I'm actually going to get out of that quicker. Oh, I didn't pick me up. I tried to get it. Did I not get out? Oh, I don't have a... Oh, it didn't... oh, it is right there. Cancel all. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to add to my position if it gets up to that level up there. So here we go. 57. Oh, drop back off. It's not for the faint of heart. It depends on what you can risk, obviously. I wish I would have gotten out. I don't know why when I pressed the button it didn't get out, so I'm slightly concerned. That's only $2, $6. I got out because it didn't do the move I wanted to move, so it was a lame trade. So overall, it's been a big cluster mess up here in my morning trading. So we want to slow down. I'm angry because I had some money on the table there that I could have made, and it was just my technical, you know, my issues with the technical stuff here on the platform that screwed me up. So did hit that ATR. Look at that, huh? So rather than try to guess in here, we're going to now slow down. And we're going to wait for levels. I might short still if it gives me an opportunity. But if it starts consolidating in here, then we may even want to start to look for another stock. But let me just see how this price action moves for us this morning. So there's the date, clearly prominent. Yeah, you can see it up there too.
TDOC,
Want to
Teladoc Health getting a pop here. Citron Research.
watch this on demand and
TDOC,
try to emulate the
Tango
trades
Delta
that
Oscar
way,
Charlie.
which is a smart thing to do, is to try to see how these were moved or just rewatch the video 100 times. Yeah, not real thrilled about going long yet, so this has a lot of room to drop. There's a lot of levels down here that it might go down. So I'm still short biased. I mean, when I say that, I think it's going to go up today. But I want to capture my victories when it retraces. That's what I think. But I could be wrong, But overall, at the end of the day, I believe this stock will end up higher than when it opened. Somewhere in the 58, 59 zone would be my guess, below 160. But news can change that in a split second, so let's see. So yeah, this is not giving us any opportunities, guys, the way it's moving. So let's hope it doesn't keep moving like this. It's obviously thickly traded, over 1 million right there. But we need people to feel safe to come in and trade and start to give us some way to work with this. Because right now there's nothing to work with. It's really respecting the 156.50 mark. Oh, wow. Okay. I just realized I've got to get that up too. I keep forgetting. So at 156.50, no, that's not what I want to do. 156.50. So yeah, we're on the Tesla still. Well, 156 is good enough. So we'll just do that. Apply. Messed up my chart again. And there we are. Okay. So let's get this zoomed in. Now I've got the half and whole dollar lines, then that's something we're going to want to work with. So so that level, really, I would call that a 50-cent level. And I'm not sure I would have taken that trade. I don't think I missed anything there, really. I kind of want it to go higher. You can see there is some movement here, 15 to 20 cents we could try to capture. But, man, I feel like I'm on the wrong stock, I got to tell you. I would like Tesla to, before we go over there, form more of its base. This is sort of the in-between area you don't want to trade too much for another couple maybe when it passes this 5 minute, start to get our levels, our intraday historical data beginning to build slightly. Remember, you can't rely on it. The most recent historical data is the most unreliable for large caps, in my opinion. But it doesn't mean that it some of them can't really be right. So you want to you just got to watch it and then watch price flow. And right now, price flow is boring the heck out of me. Really surprised. So volume went way down. Obviously, you can see there. And MACD wants to send it down. That's the MACD indicator, but volume's going way up. So let's see if I can catch the sell the ask way up at the 50-cent mark and try to ride it down. So I'm looking for the ask to get up to like 156.48, 156.50, and if it breaks above it, I'll add to my position. But look at it, it's just not doing anything. It's staying right within 10 to 12 cents right down there. I guess I would think about at 156 even going long now at this point, because we're enough into the market now where I kind of trust what it's, these movements somewhat. But I'm expecting some sort of a breakout here above this channel. Out of this channel, up or down. This is kind of the channel here, 156 to 156.50. It's a lame channel. There we go. I got in it, so this could be the time that it decides to bust out of the channel. There it goes. Of course, because I got in it. So we'll look to add to it up here at 157 if it gets up that high. Price flow is telling me I'm going the wrong way. I'm going to go ahead and get out there. It stopped at the 9. See that? Interesting. I'm not sure what price I got out at. When I got it up, 15 or 20 bucks, I just went for the small but baby step. Baby steps are going to keep us all safe, to reach the $100 goal. And I do recommend that if that is your goal, and everybody has, some people I'm trading with, I know have a $1,000 goal doing exactly what I'm doing right here with a larger share size. And it can work. But if you are nervous, it cannot work very quickly because you won't take the moves. You won't hold it to the point. You'll get scared and you will drop out, and then, then you're in trouble overall averaging where you need to go. Everything's speculative. Remember, guys, I can talk like I know exactly what's going to happen, but I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I have a theory, and I approach it with confidence, and then I stick to it. And sometimes I'm wrong. 92% of the time, I'm right from the last data shown for this month. This month, 92% of the time, I'm right. So I'm going to stick on to that. I was having a conversation with somebody today that I trust, and I said, hey, there's going to be, in the middle of the day, maybe not here, there's going to be a big red day because I haven't had one for a while. And I know what will happen. I will feel that I can't trade at all. And you just feel like I've been fooling myself. Just the whole thing is just, it's over. I'm done. And this is what you do. Most traders will do this to themselves, and they'll just, because of a big loss, they suddenly think that their accuracy rating doesn't mean anything. They've just been lucky. Well, there's always some luck, of course. Oh, nice. All right, so I'll try. I went 55. I'm going to cancel. I saw that 60-cent hit on the ask, and I went for it, thinking that, but really it's not bad at the 56 there. Let's see if it's going to pound a little higher. Buy-sell oscillator's turning it around. I want a kind of a big push up into the 60-cent range, and then I grab it. It gives me closer to average more into my position without getting too far down. So I looked at that. I saw it a little late because I was giving a message out there, guys. So you wonder why my voice is scratchy? Years of non-stop quarterbacking, not to mention a serious wound to my vocal cords with a nice slice right there on the carotid. If you just touch your vocal cords. It's got these little fine hairs, you could call them, and they mat down, and then that's it. Your voice changes forever if your vocal cord gets touched inside some way. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, I have a history of reckless behavior, and things happen. I've been around a while, so yeah, I want this to go closer to 56 before I get in. I don't like this right in the middle here. Okay, that's close enough. All right, so I got it there. Okay, so I'll try to take that. Good. So that was another $15 trade, I think, as it zoomed up. So let's wait again and see at the 56. Now, it might break through it, but then I would average into a higher position there, right? So this is giving me so many opportunities. It's moving enough now, by the way. I haven't switched because I like the width of this. So it depends on how long I have to wait here for this move, you know. Okay, I'll try it again. Wow, did you see how that popped up when I pressed it? That was very annoying. I want to get out of this position. I'll just take it at a very small amount. Yeah, it got me way higher, 12 cents than I wanted to go there. Did it again. I saw it at 02 and I went in at 04 cents. The pennies I'm talking about. Kind of want it to go down, guys, so I can add to my position. It is pounding. It's hitting a flat bottom like it wants to go down. Nope. So we took an upward swing. I'm not getting greedy. I'm taking 10, 12, 15 bucks. I'm not getting greedy, you know. So it does seem to be respecting the 50 cents. There's the buy sell oscillator. Get these custom indicators, guys. They really can give you the extra edge. So it's been going down on this 5-minute increment. We're going to hit the 15-minute increment. Now, this is the other part of that market. I was about to call it the market pulse, but the multi-chart alignment, I split it. I have one here and one here, so the labels don't fill it up here. But I watch this because these are what other traders, the time increments they're trading on. So you want to know when we hit this increment on the 15-minute, what are they going to do? If they're green, they're probably going to go green, right? So now we finally broke below it. Let's see if it's going to reject and just go way back up, or it's going to start going down today. Could have already made money on that trade if I got in, you know, another 10 bucks, but there we go. So it rejected, and it did make a nice little doji right there at the bottom. So that is a reversal sign. Make sure you learn your patterns. There's only one book, by the way, that gives an accuracy rating for that, and that's the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, and it has all these different traders, like a whole bunch of them, put in their data. So, you know, some people would argue you can never rate a pattern, but, you know, if the same thing happens over and over and over again, you can. You just need enough people to see it, and then you can rate it. Just like historical data, guys. There's a lot of people that say everything's nonsense. Well, something makes stuff turn around, and the only thing you have is repetitive information that has happened in the history. So historical data can be 1 minute, it can be 5 years ago. You know, it could be how we're marking it very, very recently, or it can be those day ones that you saw me mark on the microconductor stock, whatever it was called. Wow. Okay, so now I'm getting interested down here. Pop back up to 81. Yeah, this is a level that it's a pre-market lower level. See it down here? As well as this was marked from way before that. So this is interesting to try to buy here and give us a small opportunity to zip, because it might keep going down, but I missed it actually. So, and that was actually the wrist oscillator. That's that color green that turned it around. I don't think I'm going to play this channel. I think I'd want to wait to go short up here. So I wouldn't go short right here, even though it's kind of calling out to it. But it is this is a nice big long candle on the 5-minute, huh? So confidence to go up is waning a bit here. Let me get the low 60 cents down here on the bid. So when I press the bid, this is the price I'm going to get. whenever that pressing went through, whatever that was at, then it waits to pick it up. It might be instantly, or it might be moving. You'll see my trade going up and down here. And then when I press the ask, then I'm going over for this price over here. One adds liquidity, one takes liquidity away. If you're trading on Charles Schwab, it doesn't really matter. But if you're trading something on Lightspeed, you want to try to add liquidity, and then they discount your trade fees. They don't give you money. They discount your trade fees. There's a difference. They don't pay you. They discount. They're discounting. So that's probably advanced for most of you, but I'm just saying when you get into that. Okay, it looks like it might give me an opportunity. No, it's really just starting. I'm starting to not like this price action. So it's not moving the same here as it was right up here. It's definitely not moving. If you watch the price flow, it's tightening the distance that it's moving here. So we need it to do a wider range, 20 cents, 15, 20 cents, not 5, 10 cents. So we need to, and 30 cents maybe even, we need to get this price action to move a bit more. This is the patient part, okay? You can't just, if it's not giving you what you need, you have to wait. And there's a way better chance you're going to succeed. Now you might do okay if you don't wait, but that's the more of a might, that you're trying to take that might into you will. That little big difference there, right? You might be a winner. No, you are a winner. So that's what you're striving toward, and I'm trying to show you. How do I get to be 92% accurate? By having the patience to wait. That's how. Simple as that. And there may not be a trade. You may, I think one of the months, one of the days
Coming
of
up
this
at
month,
10,
I had a
consumer sentiment for June expecting 60.5.
That was the consumer sentiment. So a lot of things have chips in them, guys. That might be that might affect the price here in a minute. You need to give it not everybody's in on the breaking news like this. So you might, wow, okay, I missed the get in there again. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get in if it takes me at 59. All right, so I'm in at 59, playing for a retracement. Let's see if it gives it to me. There was $7. I'll try to get that. Got it. So $10. You know why I took it so low? Because I don't trust it. I don't trust the way this price action's moving. It's not giving me enough room. So not giving me enough movement. So I just went for the baby win and got it. And, so if it takes 10 wins to break 100, then it's 100% accurate, and we made our goal, right? Now, you may want to be trading 400 shares and get to $200. That's up to you. I would recommend that you don't try to follow my trades exactly. I don't know what the lag is for you. Today there'll be a lot of lag because I'm not releasing this. The people in the room here on Zoom are getting the no lag, but this is probably one of the last ones before you'll see the streaming. So I plan on streaming beginning just before July 4th weekend, the holiday here in the United States, or just after July 4th. Now, this is the last trading day of the month, and it's Options Friday, and the market is acting a little different today. We have to keep that in mind as well. And there's a lot of videos I have about that stuff, guys. Should really, even though you might think you can learn just from these, having that data in your brain from all the videos, from all the years and years of me trading and learning and making mistakes, you go back and watch those, and then you have the benefit of learning from my mistakes and my successes, and not just jumping right in. Get more depth to your knowledge. I'm not going to do this accurately every day, and then you're going to have that.
Stock moving here on very light volume. Sandy Oscar Whiskey Golf.
I always have an ear for, in case it's a large cap news that's springing across here that he's talking about. Yeah, so this is going to make it go up. Probably. Probably. Everything's a probably. So getting a dip down here is probably a good thing to do, and I'm going to go ahead and grab it. It might take a minute, but I am thinking that this stock's going to turn around a second. Of course, it dropped way down. I will not add to this until we get nearer to the 155 even level, if it goes down that far. So let's see. I'm banking on the same thing I was doing, but maybe the news really turning this around and we can start to climb off the shorts. But this is a bad trade so far.
The information reporting
remember,
Microsoft's AI chip.
I'm only in
chip falls behind
a quarter of my position,
Foxtrot Tango.
So I'm not sweating. See, let's take a look at that. That was really high on the scalping indicator, so I don't like seeing that. It's time to turn around now, guys. Let's turn this around, or get in my position down here.
JTAI, Jet AI getting a small pop here. Julia Tango Alpha India.
Might have the $0.50 as a resistance as it comes up, so I have to keep that in mind. People are reading that news, and they're thinking we want to buy this stock now. So now I'm not going to get greedy as it goes up. I'm going to just do what I've been doing. If it gives me the opportunity to take 10, 12, 15 bucks, take it. If it gives me that, there we go, 76. So now that's a tweezer move too, which could send it higher. But let's see if this level, which is historical data, basically 155.70, bangs it back down. But I feel like, I feel like it's going to be it's going to start swaling back up. But let's see. Again, my thought is this is going to go up today. And if you've watched me do my swing trades, I'm often wrong with those thoughts. So these days, I'm just not swing trading as much. So I can't trust the political environment. But I do hold several long positions still right now. So it did do the turnaround like I predicted. Now we just passed the 9, the 14, and the 20. By the way, when I say stuff like that, I'm not bragging when I say just like I predicted. I'm not sure what I do. I think what I'm trying to do, not only add confidence to myself, but I am trying to hammer down the reason I said it would do this so you guys can see that in the future, okay? I didn't take the trade because it didn't get to another level, basically half and whole dollar level. I saw a news story and I thought somewhere up in here, and I thought it's going to turn around. But it takes a while when a news story comes out over the wire, and it's not a huge catalyst at all for everybody to react. They're not right here in the 1 minute chart doing what we're doing. So now the MACD is also sending it up. I don't want to sound like I'm a braggart or something, you know. But you do want to have those conversations with yourself like, I'm the man. I can do it. You need to build your confidence up somewhere, right? So you need the confidence to take the trades that you see. But you need to see them first. There can be very misplaced confidence. So, you know, I'm talking more like a math teacher now than I am just a older mentor, you know, with volunteering that I do and stuff that, you know, anyway, I always have a caveat like, well, it doesn't mean I'm not wrong. It just doesn't. That's why you always got to trust yourself. Build the confidence for yourself. So now we're coming up to this 5 minute break here as it's going up. See how the 5 minutes green, 15 minutes green. So most likely when we hit this in 13 seconds, this will continue to go up. I wish it would hit it near the, more near the 156. There it goes. So let's see it go up. Now you're going to see me as it gets up to the 156. I am going to try to ride it down for a brief retracement. See how hard it pounds against this. 96. I had a chance for 96 again. There's 16. Okay, so let's grab it now. Did it get me? Okay, so now I'm in with the anticipation of adding to my position unless it really spikes down quick here off the whole dollar. So let's see. Buy Sell Oscillator says you are not going to continue to go up, but it doesn't feel that way, does it? Looks like it's going up nice and strong here. This may be the beginning of the upward move, so I've got to be careful here and think clearly about averaging into this. I don't like it, frankly. I'd like to get out of it before I average. There was a 0 I could have got, but I'll take that. Is it going to give it to me? Yeah, so that's just a tiny amount. I think this is going to keep going up, so let's wait and see. Yeah, there it goes. So now that was watching price flow. There was more going up than going down as you saw this, as you kind of get into the zone and watch the swale. It still hasn't decided though, has it? So let's see. Now you can get in trouble watching the candles because there is a slight delay. So if you're not really good at the level 2, then this is okay to watch. But once you start really learning this price flow, then this is just a glance. Mostly for patterns. You want to see patterns here. And you want a better pattern on a 5-minute and then a better pattern on a 15-minute. Each longer time increment is the more respected patterns. This is a stair-stepping up, and it hasn't even got to where it did 157. And that is the high of this entire stock, 157. So
coming up, Michigan consumer sentiment in about 2 minutes, 60.5 the consensus. Michigan consumer expectations, 58.4 expected.
That's a slight optimistic note. See the market going up here. Well, you don't want to see the bonds go up. And, you know, this is good, but this would be better if it was red. It's been acting really weird. The bonds are kind of moving with the stocks. It didn't used to be that way. Another thing that's changing in the market, that the way people are trading on their phones and things, it's just in getting alerts to do things differently that don't, like those alerts don't even make sense because you can't even react fast enough. I'm going to go in off the even dollar. If it goes down there, I'm going to go long off the even dollar. I missed a slight chance to do that. 156 even. Buy Sell Oscillator wants it to go down. Yeah, I'm not liking the action to go in there even. So it's right on the VWAP. See it? That's technically the value of the stock at this moment. But most people don't go quite by that. But yeah, this price action's getting nasty again. Not fun as the time ticks by for us to make money. I mean, we're in the zone enough where we can make the goal, so probably I'll try to get over the 100 before I switch to another stock. Now, what you should do if your goal is 100 is to stop. So what I would say at that point is, I'm stopping. I've made my money. Now I'm going to continue to show you trades as an educator. But if I was not educating you as a purpose on this channel, I would walk away. Like when I make my 5K, unless I'm in the middle of quarterbacking for other traders, I will walk away. Often you will see me stop trading and call for them. So you need to not overtrade. You need to like count your blessings because there's a lot of luck involved with your intuition, you know, to take that money, put it in the bank, and, you know, live to trade another day. You don't know. I'm sure if you've watched videos, it's how many times you lose it all because you got greedy, you know. And I'm showing you with small moves here. You know, I could have made more money here, but it might have gone wrong. And I definitely don't want to show those chances to you guys.
60.7 versus 60.5 expected.
There we go.
Michigan consumer sentiment, 58.1.
So it's even higher. So this could go. This could send everything up. So let's let's watch this close. So I will sell the ask at that
S&P
mark.
future
That was
is now
48.
popping to the highs, 62.21.
So this is good news. So I hesitate to. Yeah, I hesitate to shoot off of that, but it takes a while for people to react to stuff. I wish it would bounce down. I'd go long. Give me a chance to go long down here at the 156. This is about to go up, guys. So, like I called earlier, this is about to go up. So I hate to play off the short here. Now, this is what I'll be calling for you live during streaming, but I caution you, I am wrong, so you have to learn for yourselves and manage your own risk. I'm feeling fairly confident we're about to have a pretty big move up, but let's see how long that's going to take. And will it give me a chance to get in here? I don't want to get in this close to the possible resistance level, so as far as a buy. So again, acting with some patience here as we cross the 10 o'clock hour in the East Coast of the United States, New York Stock Exchange, 1/2 hour after market open. All of your RV people are jumping in right now. Now we are pushing the envelope so I can continue to trade here to 10:30, and we're trying to check data to see. I mean, a whole bunch of people aren't waiting for me, but they're, then we look at it like, okay, now the professor's going to trade with us, so we'll keep trading. So, and then some people are just waiting. And we're going to see if we can push the envelope of that to be just as accurate, I'm tempted to take it here, guys, but again, that's because I'm getting bored. Let's get it down here. Let's try to get it down here.
Biogen announced new data for new Sinersen, underscored Biogen's commitment to advance clinical research to improve outcomes.
Not sure how much lower this is going to go before it bangs up.
Let's see. Consistent with known safety
yeah, I'm thinking I might get in just a bit above it by watching the price action. If it dips down into the teens again, I might grab it. I think that was its bottom. Oh, I missed it there. But again, I wanted to wait, and now, okay, there we go. It's going to give me another option. Oh, there we go. All right, I'll go ahead and get it. Now, it's a little bit above where I said, but not that much. So, so 11 target on that, on 10 on that. Again, we should take a baby step. I don't want to get, I almost should have taken that $9. Okay. Take that. It's at 26, so I broke the 100. So there's our goal. I saw it happening. I think it's going to break this level. I did get in sooner than I said because I was looking at all the resistance here, all these levels, and I was watching the price flow, and it just seemed like it was not going to give me this opportunity down here for the better trade. So I got in early and I took it. So I'm recapping as we go. So I would stop trading for the day right now. I would pocket that $100. Now let's take a look at another trade since we're going to keep going for. I want to see what this did this morning. A lot of people, wow, look at that. It went down. Did you look at how it bounced off the fib I marked? As they say, they ain't hay, man. Those levels, you got to respect the levels. And these are the day levels down here. So that would have been where I would have doubled down if I was going down with it. And if it broke again, then I would be concerned about staying in past the 48 even dollar amount. So now if I was going to trade this, I'd bring that whole and half dollar. I'd adjust the price so it was in here. But right now, looking at this price flow, this looks really boring. Really, really boring. Thickly traded. Look at, there's a big guy waiting there with 12,000 shares at 48.80, which is basically, that's up here. 49.04. Another one here. So they're up in here. That almost looks like a spoof to me. That's what that looks like to me. They're trying to control the price action right there. Now, I did a whole video on that, so you guys can... I don't like the look of this, so I'm out. Let's see Tesla. Ooh, look at Tesla. Pretty. Let's see. Do we have news on this? Interesting. It seemed like it was calling it to go down, and then it. One of the things about Tesla is you just can't count on anything. You just gotta trade the price flow that you see, and don't count on anything. It is like this between Musk and Trump. You just can't. Musk has always been his own problem trying to read the stocks. Wow, I'd be tempted to go short off of that. Let me just get a look at this price flow. So the spread's about 5 to 8 cents. Price flow is moving 10 to 15 cents. Buy sell oscillator said go back. Fib says turn around. MACD says go up. So we have RSI versus moving averages battling each other. The volume, the VWAP, I mean, we're above the VWAP, so it's basically saying we're on an upward move, although the trend overall is down still. That should have changed once we broke the open. So that's weird that that's not correcting itself, but why would that not work? Oh, I figured out what I did wrong yesterday. I had an open trade. That's why I couldn't flatten. Yeah, I was just stupid. Sometimes you're not as much in the zone as you would like to be when you trade. I don't typically flatten, so I didn't realize I had this thing sitting over. I had to cancel it. And then I was glad I didn't because it went up to my position, so it worked out in my favor. Yeah, I don't know. I missed shorting off of that. I was reading the rest of the news wondering why this is doing this. I'd kind of like to see it, you know what I mean, guys, channel a bit because it seems like it's trending. Let's see if it's going to get a reverse off this fib and this historical data level. Let's take a look at these historical data levels a second. I mean, I'm interested in trading this. So you can see where they're marked. So we're right here on this one. So this was smoothed. It hit here, but then I smoothed it kind of to pick up more. So that's an interesting level right near the fib level too. So it's pretty strong because of that. If it breaks that, then we look right here. I took away some of the ones from yesterday to get more newer ones here. Yeah, so the fib turned it around. I kind of like the idea of that. Now you're seeing me call a bit like I would call the RV strategy. You know, you guys that have traded with me, this is a nice big channel here. You know, this is 250 almost. So you would want to tighten that before you start trading with large share size. That's a pretty tight, pretty big channel. So you can see we had some consolidation right in here. You know, that could be the forming of a channel. So we are near the end of my time anyway. I'm thinking they want me to stop more like 10:15 so I can have time to assess the RV with everybody for 10:30. Charlie's setting that up. Look at that, huh? So I think I'll bang off of this. Let's see if I'm going to see if it can get up to the 65 or around that area, and then I will short it. Try to get a move in here, but nope, it's not breaking the fib, guys. Look at that. This is why you mark this stuff. It gives you something to go by. Yeah, because this is for Tesla. This is really lame to try to trade this right now. We need to go like this, you know. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so now that was interesting. I'll go ahead and get in there and try to make the play here on this. Oh, this is going to kill me and break me below my. below my $100 here. It's popping up here. Right when I said it wasn't moving very fast, it did that move. But I want to take more than $2. Let's see. Then you could say, like, you had your goal. Why are you trading? You're blowing it. We're resting on the 20. This is a long way down to double down. That was a big channel. Ouch. Getting ready to average down, guys. Don't like the fact that it's continuing to go down and not giving me the opportunities back up, right? That was a good 10-cent move up, which gives me confidence it might be doing that still. If we don't see any swaling up for recovery, then you don't want to add to it. Let's wait it out. Give me some action here. Wow. That is not pretty looking. All right, I'll take that. I got 1250. The way that moved up was slightly concerning. Now imagine if you had 500 shares, you'd be like, okay. So let's keep your share size low. And I'm basically trading off of that move, not out of what just happened here. And then, having confidence it was going to come back up. But as I watched the price action here move, I was losing confidence that it would do what it's doing now. So it is doing it. But you know how when you're lower highs and higher highs and you're looking at a chart, and then it's the same thing with price flow. If you're watching it and it's going against you a larger amount than for you on the recovery, then you can get concerned to average into your position, And if it had dropped below this the way that it was moving, I'm not sure I would have added. I either would have waited or got out for a loss, because I was feeling that this is a loss trade for a minute. Starting to get worried that it might just go all the way back down. By the way, I was watching the flow, and that's part of getting into the zone when you see these numbers, scale up and down the opposite way you want them to. They're always going to move in kind of in your zone, but if you're out of your zone when it's doing it, then it has to get all the way back into your zone, and then you would look at it. So this would be. Oh yeah, okay. So they were just saying don't take another trade. All right, so yeah, we're gonna stop at this time. So you can probably expect me to go to roughly around 45 minutes after market opens to help you guys learn this and get a leg up and maybe make your 100 or 200. And you might be saying, I need at least $300 a day. Be careful with your share size. Is if you are trading with 400 or 500 shares, is that only a quarter of your total position? Because you take away that huge advantage of getting another chance if you're wrong, if you're going in your full position and then you're wrong one time, and then it gets so painful that it's like, oh my God, I'm $500 down. When am I going to call this? Something ridiculous. That's why you want to have a max loss. So anyway, guys, another hopefully good session for you to pick up on some pointers to do this type of trading. Remember, email me if you want in, okay? And you're going to be notified. But right now, it's looking like the end of just before 4th of July or just after. It's probably going to be after because there's all these holiday plans and stuff that I have. So I'm not sure I'll even be trading at all those days just before at the end of this week. I'm not sure how many days I'm trading next week, but so plan on that. Definitely buy after, and if you miss a few days, big deal. I'll be here. I'm not going away. And then I'm so surprised that so many people that emailed aren't actually even subscribers. And it's just like, you've got to be, or the little filter will take you out. So be a subscriber, please. It's helpful to me too. It's not some sort of weird gimmick. I do want you to, because it helps me, but it also, I want to make sure you can get on the streaming thing. And then look for a video that'll probably drop over the weekend, which will be me building this exact layout, showing you how to build it, and giving you the layout for free. And I'm sure I'll have a bunch of other information on that too. Okay, guys? Yeah. Okay, listen, thanks for watching. Always stay inquisitive and go green out there. I'm very excited about what's coming up for all of us. So we'll see you soon on the next one.